Hopefully that's my face. Hello, my face. Oh, hello. Oh God, I had to move the camera. It was misbehaving very badly. And hello. Which way are we going? Are we going vaguely the right way? Yeah. It's very wonky. Anyway, much like this stream. So I did mean to go live about 10 minutes ago, but there was a bit of a disaster with basically this thing right here. The web camera was a complete and utter disaster. I have no idea what happened to it. It happens every so often, and frankly, I can't wait to be done with it, so I don't have to rely on using this thing. But until then, we shall suffer. Now, it is indeed the Sunday preview. I wasn't entirely sure if there would be one because, well, next week is Christmas, or next weekend is Christmas, and then obviously New Year after that. So one has appeared, so we will have a look through that and then have a little bit of a chit chat after. This slope of the is very, very irritating, so we may in fact have to go and attempt to straighten it up a little bit, because my God, it's slightly wonky. Anyway, happy Sunday to you. And then yes, okay, that's at least the shelves are slightly straighter, I guess. Okay, so let us have a look at the Sunday preview that we've got. Let me go to the browsing part of this. Right, let me just get this running as well. That appears to be correct. There we go. Okay. What an absolute nightmare that is. Okay, so the Sunday preview. While we're at it, we're going to just change. What's up, Rena? How you doing today? Happy Sunday to you. What's going on? I do apologize. Streaming on one monitor is, especially when one's looking at an article, it's very painful. I will eventually get a proper thing organized for it. Hello, Icarus. How you doing? What's cracking? Where would you... Was that a subscribe? Well, at the moment, this channel is not monetized yet. We're still about 500 hours away from getting... Well, technically, I think from subscriptions, we're 1,500 hours away. We got to get up to 4,000 hours. We're only at 550 hours away from getting the first bit of monetization. So the only place one can subscribe to me is over on Twitch currently. I would like to eventually get my own website up and running and memberships on that, where, to be honest, I'll get more of the money and Twitch or YouTube won't take any of it, really. But yeah, Twitch. You went to pre-order the Brutal Cunning limited edition, £45 a bit. Yeah, I saw the price of it and I thought, oh God, I can't quite bring myself to spend £45 on that particular book. If it was something I was really into, yes. But as I've not actually managed to read an orc book yet, it'd be a bit of a gamble, especially for 45 quid. That's a Contempt to Dreadnought or a Leviathan Dreadnought or something. But anyway, let's have a look at this. This is indeed the Sunday preview for the 17th of December, 2023. This is indeed Glorious Miniatures. My name is Jolyon, and let us get into the reading of this. So, we can barely contain our excitement. There's only one more Sunday between now and Christmas. There are no new products to reveal this week, so we'll commence with a swift recap of everything we announced in detail last week before explaining all the awesome stuff coming to Warhammer Plus and something that you can watch for free. Okay, well, we don't do Warhammer Plus on this channel yet. Maybe in the future. But as things currently stand, we don't look at it. I'm not subscribed to it. And something you probably have to go elsewhere to look at. So let us scroll down a smidgen. We have the Kill Team Salvation and Killzone Beta Decima. Pre-order from the 23rd of September. So that's this coming Saturday, I believe. This is the Space Marine Scouts, Striking Scorpions, some very small amounts of scenery. But as it says here, the Space Marine Scouts and Striking Scorpions prepare to tangle on oceanic rig complexes in Kill Team Salvation. This main box contains 2 kill teams, the exclusive Kill Team Salvation rulebook, and 5 pieces of rig apparatus terrain. Okay, so that is, well, hopefully, right there. We'll get a close-up image as well in a bit. But you do get all of these thingies, transfers, counters over here. 2 different kill. These will be available separately in the future, just not yet. Scroll down a little bit more. For the same stream. Oh, this is only on YouTube. This is like Icarus. This is only on YouTube. Twitch is. I'm only going to be streaming games over there. I wish that this channel was monetized, but these article reads just don't really generate the views, the viewership really that is required to hit those. Well, basically viewer numbers. We will get there next year, but for the moment, there's not much I can do. Really. And this is the scenery. Killzone Beta Decima right here. So to accompany this set, there's Killzone Beta Decima, which contains a 2-sided game board, 9 large pieces of plastic terrain, 9 objective markers with which to behold a network of treacherous gantries and walkways. Please note that there will be a queue in place on the website when these pre-orders go live. So bear that in mind. Pre-orders, hopefully it's not going to sell out straight away. I know some of these do tend to disappear quite quickly. I wish they were a bit more obvious if they were going to stay stocked going forward, or it's a limited run. But this is the scenery. So there is... You get the cardboard thing here, which you can flip around. And then this is supposed to be an oil rig or something like that, with something coming out of the water and platforms here. Not a huge amount of scenery. I would like to see more, truth be told. This is fairly minimal. And I do believe, in fact, on last week's video, I put up the price. I think this was about £70. Let me see if I can find that price, in fact. So let me go back. Nope, wrong one. So. Okay, so the Kill Team Salvation is £80. This scenery right here is £75. I'm definitely not going to be purchasing this for £75. The previous thing, this 2 kill teams and a tiny bit of scenery and the rules. No, I'm not going to be getting this. That would be, I don't know. I would get the scouts on their own, yes, but I will not be purchasing this. Now, where's chat gone? Because I know it's disappeared again. Right. You got the Chaos Land Raider for 45 quid. Nice. Very nice. What I was going to say, what chapter? What faction are you painting it up as? Out of interest. Now, let me scroll down a little bit more to... So, we've been there. So, we got Warhammer Underworld's Death Gorge. Dagok's Stab Lads and Malevolent Masks Rivals deck. Pre-order from the 23rd of December. So that is the Orcs right here. So we can zoom in a little bit. So you get 4 orcs. I think we got the price for these as well. These are £26 for 4 orcs. I'm not too keen on these particular ones. I can't remember what faction they are apart from orcs. Cruel Boys, excuse me, that's what they are. Yeah, I'm not too keen on them. They are kind of Lord of the Rings style orcs-ish. I'm not entirely keen on them. I definitely won't be. I've yet to purchase any of the Cruel Boys. In fact, I've just realised I've never painted one. So maybe in a project for next year, I might get 1 miniature from that range to paint. I don't think it'll be this. I might just get a character and leave it at that. But that is £26. Digox Stab Lads have a simple goal in a Death Gorge: behead unsuspecting foes and propel their leader to the status of killer boss. So you get 4 of these. I assume that might be the leader. He has the most weaponry. This guy's got a weird flail. This guy's got a shield and a spike. This guy has the massive horn and a sword as well. Right. I wouldn't be able to justify that at all. Yeah, no, likewise. I'm not going to be justifying it. I do love scenery, but £75. Although there is Element Games, obviously. This is where I should normally type Element Games, but I can't. It is going to be in the description of the video, though. You can get it. It will be 20% cheaper there to begin with, but it's even then. I would prefer to spend £75 on probably a Forgeworld, like a Primarch almost, or something like that, for my Death Guard. So I could get Mortarion for £80. So this is the Malevolent Masks. I do like this graphic, though. It's probably with the purpley magenta action going on, though. That is the only reason why. But the Malevolent Masks rival deck, meanwhile, lets any warband don powerful cursed masks to triumph in brutal skirmishes. Okay, then. I have no idea what that means. I don't play Underworlds. I have painted up a variety of those little teams. They've all been a lot of fun to paint up, and I do usually sort of say, you know, that's a good place to start going into Age of Sigmar if you don't really know what you fancy painting. It gives a pretty broad range of miniatures within each faction to paint, and they're always individual sculpts as well. They're not sort of like, you're not buying a squad and they're all pretty much the same kind of thing going on. That's right, I got the Raider just now. Element is good for older models. Yes, that is true. That is true. I wish they did really old miniatures, because there are a few from a few years ago I wish I'd purchased, but I didn't. But that's, you know, definitely my problem. So we got Warhammer 40,000. We got the Tyrannid reinforcements pre-order from the 23rd of December. So we got the Hive fleets are hungry, but that biomass won't chew itself up. Swarming invasion forces soften up their next meal with claws, parasites, and psychic powers. A selection of miniatures originally exclusive to the Warhammer 40,000 Leviathan box set are coming out. Von Ryan's Leapers, a Winged Tyrannid Prime, a Psychophage, Neurogaunts, and a Horrors of the Hive set containing a Screamer Killer and Neurotyrant will be all available to pre-order next week. Now, I did say last week, I don't know which ones came on the same sprue, because I'm worried, because I think you can get the Screamer Killer and the Neuro Tyrant. That is the Horrors of the Hive set. I think that is basically on the same sprue. I don't know if these will ever be able to get purchased separately. I could be really mistaken on that. I hope I am. But I know from 9th edition there was a similar issue with some of the Necrons, and also sort of 8th edition as well with the suppressors and things like that. They do certain sprues, and it's impossible to get them separately. Like, I know one of the Chaos sprues had the bug thing with the, I don't know what it was, and demolishers. A couple of the Chaos things with the big heavy guns and that weird sort of spider thing, that was all on one sprue, and they were never available separately, which is slightly irritating. If you were irritated by that, do smash like. Make sure that you have indeed subscribed to the channel and hit the bell for notifications. And I've said that, now we can move on swiftly to the next part of this, where we have the Alpha Legion Saboteur console. Pre-order from the 23rd of December. The Alpha Legion Saboteur console is the last word in misdirection, pushing the duplicitous tactics of the 20th Legion to the extreme as he infiltrates, executes key targets, and destroys vital command infrastructure, all before battle lines even meet. This miniature is made of forgeworld resin. Well, as long as it's not fine cast, I'm happy. Yeah, it's probably a bit too much to... well, these could be done in plastic, I suppose. I've seen plenty of complicated plastic miniatures, but they got to keep Forgeworld ticking over for now. I don't know fully when or if they'll ever get rid of Forgeworld. I personally hope they don't, but that's just with the rose-tinted glasses. I do like Forgeworld. Hopefully, I'd imagine they'll just be keeping the Titans in resin. Can you imagine a plastic Titan, though? Oof. That would be snazzy. Yeah, Alpha Legion, I'm not really keen on Alpha Legion. Something about them. There's something about Alpha Legion I'm not entirely keen on. Although I do like their Primarch miniature. And they have that sniper one. I've forgotten what it was called. Was it the Headhunter? Something like that. So yeah, I do like the Primarch mini. And that... was it a Centurion Headhunter? I can't remember what it was. It had a big sniper rifle, I think. That was pretty snazzy. But yeah, Alpha Legion, meh. In general, in my humble opinion. Then we got Blood Bowl. Made to order. Okay, so that's finally hitting. Add some characters to your games of Blood Bowl with 4 sets of cheerleaders, Orc, Human, Dark Elf, and Chaos. And a pair of Halfling and Goblin referees. There's also a mutated Minotaur to add to your Chaos Chosen or Chaos Renegade teams. All these miniatures are cast in Forgeworld resin and will be available as made-to-order products going on sale at 10 a.m. GMT on Saturday the 23rd of December until 8 a.m. GMT on Tuesday the 2nd of January. As made-to-order products, they may take up to 180 days to ship. So, previously, as I think I will say, I mean, price dependent as always. I'll add that as a massive caveat. I think these will be available as a box of 2, like these 2 referees. I would like to just get this box set. They look a lot of fun. I mean, look at the size of that baguette. I couldn't figure out if it was a sort of lettuce and tomato, or lettuce and, I don't know, sausage or pepperoni kind of sandwich going on there. But he's obviously very keen on that. And there's this goblin ref right here. So you get the 4 cheerleaders. I think for these ones on the right, the sort of humanoid ones, if you want to call them that, I think they're packs of 4 in different, I think a couple of different poses. And for the Orc cheerleaders, I think that's 3. I could be very much mistaken, but my brain is telling me the Orcs appear in a pack of 3. And obviously the Doom Bull or whatever the hell this thing is, that's just the 1. I do like its lobster claws, though. I do like the lobster claws. So that is going to be basically going on for, what is that, a week? From the 23rd? Sort of, to the 2nd. I know it's not quite a week. Just over. By a couple of days. But it takes 180 days to ship. So in case I've got a couple of things on made to order I'm still waiting on. So, and that's been 3 months, so we're only halfway through that 180 days. Let's scroll down. What do we got? So we've got The Lion, Son of the Forest, and Pilgrims of Fire. Pre-order from the 23rd of December. These couple of books. We've got Tales of Faith Against Adversity, abound in 2 Black Library books heading to paperback for the first time. The Primarch of the Dark Angels returns to a fractious galaxy in The Lion, Son of the Forest by Mike Brooks, and Sister Heloise must stand fast as she helps the Order of Our Martyred Lady liberate the shrine world of Sion in Pilgrims of Fire by Justin D. Hill. So I'm not going to get The Lion, Son of the Forest. I may very well get Pilgrims of Fire. I've yet to read any Adeptus Sororitas novels yet. I'm currently still reading Minka Lesk. That's taking me a while. I'm not quite sure why I'm sort of taking my time on that. Normally a book that size I would have kind of blitzed through, but yeah, and I do have the Word Bearers book, and I want to get the Night Lords Omnibus as well, so that'll keep me busy as well. And then... So, we've also got The Lion, Son of the Forest, and Helbrecht, Knight of the Throne, getting translated into German. So, pre-order coming up this Saturday as well. German readers can also catch up with Lionel Johnson's Return to the 41st Millennium and discover what the High Marshal of the Black Templars have been up to in Helbrecht, Knight of the Throne by Mark Collins. Both are available to pre-order in ebook and paperback versions. Well, that's always a good thing. I've yet to read Helbrecht. That's something I need to change. I won't be getting it in German, though. I can't read a word of it. Well, I can read a couple of words, but not nearly enough to string sentences together. And then we've got, I think this is French translation. Yes, The Fall of Cadia Part 1 and Dawn of Fire, Sea of Souls. Pre-order from the 23rd. Two Tales of Adventure available for French readers. Chris Wright's Dawn of Fire, Sea of Souls is the 7th volume of the Dawn of Fire series and traces the progress of Fleet Secundus as it forges towards the Eye of Terror. Meanwhile, Part 1 of Robert Rath's epic, The Fall of Cadia, is up for pre-order. It's just too hefty to fit into one volume when translated. Both will be available to pre-order in paperback and ebook formats. So The Fall of Cadia, the Minka Lesk book, has covered the last kind of bits of it, of the Cadia falling, but it's only from obviously mostly her perspective and a couple of other characters. So this could be... Getting my hands on the English translation of this might be a good idea, just to help sort of round off that kind of bit of knowledge in that department. I don't think I'll be getting this one, whatever it's called. Sea of Souls, Dawn of Fire. What's up, Lucian? How you doing, you saucy beast? Have you smashed the like button? You smashed the like button? Because I know I haven't. Anyway, how the devil are you? I hope you're well. Happy Sunday to you. What the devil is going on with you? I can't wait for a second monitor so that I can read chat properly. I'm currently having to sort of look at a laptop there with a tiny bit of chat. It's very, very frustrating. Not actually, hold on. Can I? No, I can do this instead. I can actually just do that. That makes it slightly better, but it's still not ideal. And I did see that like button go blah, blah, blah. So thank you for doing that. And I'm going to drink some tea in appreciation of that. What was the last Black Library book you read? Was it the Ultramarines Omnibus? The best one of all time. Let's scroll down. So this is Warhammer Plus stuff, which we don't go over on this channel. I believe there is, if you're not a subscriber yet, get it on your Christmas list. Although you could subscribe to me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/glorious badger instead, where I'll be streaming 4 days a week going forward, at least beginning in January from there. There's a festive feast of Warhammer content with 5 free episodes from the 20th to the 30th of December. to stick on while you're recovering from a festive dinner. You'll be able to watch last year's Christmas episode of Battle Report Kill Team shred till you're dead, the Citadel Color Masterclass on how to paint the Goth Rocker. That is a sweet mini I've still not painted or purchased for that matter, which is full of relevant tips for all sorts of orky miniatures. And the Lore Masters on the Dark Angel successor chapters known as the Unforgiven. Yeah, but they're Dark Angels. Surely no one cares. There are also 2 animations, the Hammer and Bolter episodes, Artifacts and Patience of Iron from Angels of Death Origins. All right, so that is a bit of free stuff, free content to see what's, I guess, going on over on Warhammer Plus to try and reel you in. I don't know. Also coming on 21st December, is a special Hangout and Paint Christmas special with Emma, Ollie and Lewis in a 2-hour hangout that you can join between 6 and 8 p.m. There'll be painting challenge, games, community roundups, and more. Want a chance to be featured in the stream? Share your latest painting projects using the hashtag Warhammer Paintmas. Yeah, I can't do that because I haven't been painting much this year and I've got nothing to show, really, except some Tyranids, but I've already shown those off over on my Instagram, instagram.com/glorious miniatures. Itch my nose, I do apologize. You're in the same boat, basically a listener at this point. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Chris. You just started. I just read the Eisenhorn, I think is what I was going to say. Is that the right word? It is, Eisenhorn. Yeah. I just read the omnibus of that, and then as soon as I finished, I blitzed through that book, Reno. And then as soon as I finished it, I went and purchased Bellaquin, and the other one. Those 2 books. And I do want to get the Ravener books as well, because I really like that Eisenhorn omnibus. It was groovy. You think an Eldar book where they're on Craftworld and get attacked by Marines? The Exodite, perhaps? Oh, okay. I've never read that. I've got itchy nose. Eisenhorn trilogy is amazing. I really liked it. That was the one, Lucian. Yeah. So as soon as I'd finished that trilogy, I went and purchased that Bequin and the other one. There's 2 of them, I think. I think there's just 2 of books on her. Well, it was a great trilogy, and I would definitely recommend that. I'm very, very glad I purchased that. Since then, though, I've purchased Minka Lesk Omnibus, which I'm reading currently. Word Bearers as well. I want to get my hands on the Night Lords Omnibus as well. I'm not really into the Night Lords at all. But I went into Tottenham Court Road Warhammer store and was having a chat with one of the people there who works there. And he was very keen on it because he initially wasn't keen on the whole Night Lords Bat-ear thing either, and which is one of my major things which I dislike about them. I don't like the bat ears. I think they're daft, and I know that's a really trivial reason for not liking something, but anyway, he said he read that book and he was all about them. So I will give that book a go. Extend an olive branch in that regard. So that's that. The Sunday preview for the 17th of December. It is indeed 6:42. Let me click on this button and itch my nose. So this was out. We can have a quick look at the Saturday pre-orders. The Palantite Enforcer Tauros Venator. So if you'll remember, this used to be from the Elysian Drop Troopers. It was very similar. I don't think it had this top gun thing. It was... I'm trying to remember. Maybe 2 people up front. And then... I don't know if there was a troop carrying capacity at the back before. Or maybe it's always been a gunner thing. But so the Elysian Drop Troopers used to have this vehicle, or a version of it, I should say. But now the Palanite Enforcers. I've been calling them Palantite since they came out for some reason. This is out now. It'll be delivered next week or whenever. I may get one of these because I do have the Palanite Enforcers and the Subjugators or whatever, all of them. So it is very tempting. I do like this mini. Lord of the Night is an amazing book as well. Highly recommend it. Even if so, yeah, I'm very, very happy to read books that I'm based on things I'm not keen on, because I've read more books than just Ultramarines, obviously. So I don't know if the Lord of the Night is within the Night Lords omnibus or if it's a separate deal, but I will bear that in mind and try and hunt it down. Like a Night Lord, you know, hunting things down in the dark with, I don't know, lightning claws or whatever weapons they have. So I don't know if anyone ordered this. I didn't. I will in the future at some point once I get my act together and can start painting. But my main thing at the moment is the Legion Astartes battle group. That is my main sort of focus at the moment. I am going to be painting them up as Death Guard. I've been trying to put vague sort of, what would you call them? Army lists together. I've sort of come up with 2,500 points of vague army lists. I sort of been dabbling between 2,000 and 3,000 points of vague sort of forces. So I'm initially going to strive towards the 2,000 points and then probably take it up to 3,000. Once I get to 3,000, I'm going to attempt to stop. And then I'm going to probably get Sons of Horus, even though I know certain people will have things to say about that. But that is okay. And then, so the optional assembly is the twin-linked concussion cannon. That does look pretty sweet, actually, like that. That does look pretty sweet. It's a sweet-looking vehicle. I would like to see more random vehicles which aren't based off rhinos or, curse me for saying this, Sakarans or indeed Land Raiders. I would like to see more vehicles like this, sort of utility vehicles, like the cargo ridge hauler or whatever that's called, or indeed this bad boy right. Hey, where is it? Where is it? Was it not? Okay. Whatever this vehicle's called. That thing. More random utility trucks for humans and indeed Xenos factions. I reckon that would be a lovely thing. And in fact, I'm going to say just random citizens. I don't know why. I'd just like to see some random people going about their random days. I know that's very frivolous and no use really to any games unless you have them as maybe captured prisoners or something like, something like that to fight over or defend. You can imagine citizens cowering in their homes and like the salamanders defending them and all that kind of stuff. I reckon that I would really like that. Obviously, you have to vaguely go elsewhere for most of that stuff. It's written before the trilogy back in 2004. Oh, okay. Lord of the Night. Let me write that down on my phone. Lord of the Night, because I know I'm going to forget that. Lord of the Rings? No. Lord of the Night. Book by Simon Spurrier. Oh, okay. In fact, I have an order to make on Amazon tonight. I will add that to my list. Mass market paperback, £246. I will not be purchasing that. Wow. I don't suppose you have it, Lucian. I won't sell it for £246, I promise. You found a box set of scenery in Marines versus Tau in the Closet of Shade. Which box set was that, Icarus? Dark Tide Star, very nice. I'd like to use some civilian vehicles as well. Use them exactly. Use them as objectives and so on. I've been wanting Imperial civilians for years. Use as objective. They'd be. See, that's exactly what I think. Like, I know when they brought out the Hive Scum box set, which had, I think, 10. I know you can get a box of 4 of them. On their own. Can we... How do we get to... Shop? Other games? Necromunda? I really want to get the Cawdor gang. And... Well, mostly I want to get them, and it's an excuse to get my hands on the sweet, sweet Redemptionists. So it's coming out this time next week. I'm obviously not going to be streaming. It's going to be deep in the heart of Christmas. I'll be at my brother's house. I will be taking my laptop and stuff, so I might be able to sneak away for a little bit, but not enough. I won't be doing any streaming or anything like that. I've got basically a week coming up to try and edit a video together for the end of the year and stuff like that. And I've written a massive list of things I need to do. I've got this vehicle to paint. So I'm more stuff like this, the Cargo 8 Ridge Hauler. That'll be a fantastic thing. I may be asking scenery questions in future. Absolutely, Icarus. I do like the scenery, and once the studio is built and like finished or whatever you want to call it, I do plan on doing some scenery. Hopefully, I wouldn't say tutorials. Watch along as I make mistake after mistake kind of deals. You never seen Imperial Civvy stuff? Well, the only these guys, the Clovis or Redeemer, I want to get that mini at some point. It's sweet. These guys, just a gang of these guys, be awesome. I mean, you could really use these kind of like Imperial citizens, more so like this rogue doc. You know, they're not really armed with anything. They got like an injector. That's probably a grenade, but I mean, that could be like someone on their day-to-day business. Where's the Hive Scum? Where is that delicious box of Hive Scum? Problem is they all have, you know, they've all got weapons. You know, which is obviously fine for, you know, games of stuff. But if you want just like people without unarmed civilians... Well, maybe everyone in the 41st millennium is armed and dangerous. There's another iron crawler. The Raven Guard on the center? Okay. Am I hallucinating? The Hive Scum box set is still available, right? Huh. Okay. Unfortunately, they also have weapons. I mean, these are kind of civilians, even if they are armed. Maybe it's a consent, you know, perfect for conversions and stuff. Yeah. I managed to get the big box set, like, of 10 or 12 miniatures. But you can get these 4 on their own. What is this? With, you know, it's definitely good. Like, my favorite box from the Age of Sigmar, from, you know, Warhammer Fantasy, was the was it Civilian Militia? What were they called? Empire Militia? I've forgotten the name of the box set. Anyway, that was still my favorite box because there's so many different things were available in it. Just puts hats on Space Marine. I mean, you could do Reno, yeah. You could do. Also, by the way, I should say one thing. I've not set up any alerts on this stream yet. I'm really struggling with the alerts at the moment, but I've got to do all the YouTube alerts for follows or whatever or follows or subscribes or whatever they're called on here. And I guess I should prepare the maybe subscribing or whatever they call it alerts, donation alerts, all those sorts of things. But at the moment, I got no alerts, so I do apologize if hypothetically I have been given a donation, it wouldn't have appeared. You have to say painting while you paint is therapeutic, like a group activity. Can't sit in silence doing it. That is very true, Icarus. I think painting is like a painting group or whatever. Having a grumble about a technique not going correctly or just whatever is a great thing. Yes. They only do the 4 box, like with the Ogrin servitors. I managed to get my hands on that big box of Ogrin servitors as well. That was very, very bad. Very bad that they didn't keep going with those massive box sets because they were great. So that is Necromunda. Horus Heresy is mostly my jam at the moment. Death Guard. Unfortunately, Callous Typhon is out of stock right now. It's very sad. Very sad. But I will be getting some of these. Some Death Shroud Terminators. I think I just want hordes of troops backed up with artillery and nastiness. A very itchy nose for some reason. It's driving me around the bend. I do apologize. Yeah. From October last year. Well, Icarus, I'm very glad that I could help a little bit. I wish that yeah, it's unfortunately Twitch streaming the minis, it's just I was spending so many hours doing it, and unfortunately I could not get it to kind of stick as a viable thing. My 3D printing store is going to be going live. Well, I got to get the architect to draw up plans and all of that stuff. Then we got to put the plans into the conservation officer. She has already said that pretty much whatever we want can happen. Obviously, they have strict kind of boundaries to work within, but that garage is built relatively recently, within the last 100 years at least. So it's okay to do most things. But that process takes 8 weeks, and then I think the builders, I don't know how long that'll take. I mean, my brain is saying probably a month. I'd imagine less, but probably a month. So I think by the time I'm back from Adepscon in end of March, beginning of April, the workshop should be at least underway and maybe finished at the end of April. I don't know. But I will be printing my 3D printing store. I've got a lot of items to put into that store. I've got many. I've got to completely overhaul the website. I've drawn up a big list of everything I have to do in the next sort of 3 months before the store goes live. It's going to be a lot of work. Hopefully I can make it okay, and then I can spend a load of money on advertising to try and get people pointed at my website and potentially purchasing, well, ideally purchasing off it. I do want to come up with some merch though. I'm thinking of dice thus far, potentially t-shirts and mugs. I think those are pretty much the standard 3 kind of things. Maybe stickers to go in the orders going forwards. Exactly, Icarus. So I used to have an Etsy store where I sold 3D printed things. So I used to subscribe to a variety of Patreons, and basically I subscribed at a merchant tier, so I was paying a bunch more money than everyone else, most other people at least, and then I had the license to print what they were selling. So I will be going back towards 3D printing. The plan is so far, I just got to make time. The plan is sell stuff from the 3D printing store. That provides the majority of money. I will, on my website, I would like to have a not merchant, a members only area where I do a monthly video. I'm going to say a singular monthly video at the moment, based off one of the new miniatures that I've got into my web store. Yeah, so there'll be members only videos. That's the plan that I really want to get stuck into, and also members will also get a monthly discount at this web store. And I'm not quite sure, I do want to get a commission a couple of miniatures or 75mm statues or busts next year. That is the major goal, apart from getting my web store up and running. There's a lot of Horus Heresy stuff out there. A lot of many things to be printed. I only will be printing out stuff that I have a merchant license for, so I won't be just, swiping some design that someone's got and selling the prints. Saying that, if someone buys a print, a 3D thing, then I can rent out, or basically they can pay me to print that item, because it takes, I'll be just charging my time and resin and sort of stuff like that. I'll be charging for that rather than, if that makes sense. And that will all be over at gloriousminiatures.com. That website is currently my website. It is about to be overhauled visually. It's going to be sort of shop first focused, and there will be a sort of about page, contact page, and what else is going to be there? Members only part of it. Shop, about, contact, members. And a blog. Yeah, the blog has completely gone on hold right now. I would like to get back towards posting, but it's with everything else going on, it's absolutely exhausting trying to sort of juggle many things. But going into next year, we will be back to posting more often, especially once I put more videos out. I can do posts on those videos, etc. What was that? That was, I think that's the tip button, isn't it? That link right there. Huh. That takes you to a 404 page. Huh. So thanks, Nightbot, but that's completely useless. That is something I need to fix straight after stream, because got to have that link working. Very important. Yeah. So that is the plan for the 3D printing thing, but as with everything, it takes time to get up and running. But this has been the Sunday preview right now. Folks, if you've managed to watch this video, if you're watching the VOD or the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and indeed hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss those future videos. I'm going to be doing I think they'll be doing a Thursday heresy video. A heresy post, so I'll be probably going live on Thursday for another hour then, and then this coming week I'm going to be over on Twitch at twitch.tv/gloriousbadger, and I'll be streaming Probably some 7 Days to Die and maybe a little bit of Subnautica if I can cope with it. And that's the plan there. Print like scale model stuff too, Airfix. I've no idea about that particular stuff. I've never printed any vehicles thus far. I've printed basically busts, statues, massive dragons and monsters, but I've yet to print any vehicles. Saying that, never say never. But the only thing I don't really have time to do is the supports. So that is the major thing. I've never really mastered supports, so I just prefer to get STL files which have already been supported. Because that can be... I just don't have enough time. I've only got so many hours in the day, unfortunately. Just one of those things. Let me see. So what are we looking at? It's strange. We're streaming at 10,000 kilobytes per second here on YouTube. Whereas... Also, I've just noticed these labels at the bottom of the channel. Oh, those are stream labels. Those are subscribers, bits, and donations. Okay, so that's fine. What was I saying? Yeah, we're streaming at 10,000 kilobits per second here. And on Twitch, they're only allowing us to stream at 6,000 at the most. It's terrible. Terrible. But oh well. Yeah, printer. Yeah, if I was sent the files, I would obviously have to charge for my time and obviously electricity and resin and posting. It's definitely not going to be a free thing, but I will be basically printing. Well, that's going to be my main source of income. So, yeah. Those machines, they aren't particularly cheap. It's not. And there is a fair amount of sort of, fiddling around, trying to get all the settings correct and all that kind of stuff. And then there's printing it, cleaning it up, and disposal of the horrible goop at the end of the day, like the excess isopropyl alcohol, etc. Yeah, anyway. So that's about that, really. That's the Sunday preview for the, what are we on? The 17th of December? 2023. Has anything been of interest to anyone? I don't play Kill Team. I've purchased a Kill Team box set, and it is in storage currently. So I've ages ago, like the first Kill Team and Kill Team Rogue Trader. So I've got those to paint up at some point. I will get these scouts at some point when they're available as a separate box set. If I was more interested in Eldar as well, I might get that. I'm just glad that these aren't warp spiders. If these were warp spiders, I'd be in trouble. I would be very, very, very much in trouble, because I love the warp spiders. They are probably my favorite. What's the word? What's the word for the Eldar? Not sub-factions, I know there's a word for it. Anyway, whatever. I'm just glad they don't exist yet. Hopefully this year, 2024, we will get plastic warp spiders. I wonder if you get an entire army made up of them. That would be horrific. But yeah, the scouts, I will be getting some for my Imperial Fists and Ultramarines. You love Kill Team, Lucian? You got 30 metal... Oh, you saucy Aspect Warriors, yes. Thank you. You got 30 metal warp spiders. Oh, I don't know what it is about them, but along with... I've forgotten them. Is it Death Reapers? No. I've forgotten what they're called. The ones with the where the Exarch or whatever it is has the scythe kind of weapon. I think those are my other favourites. But yeah, the Warp Spiders have always been mine. Dark Reapers, there we go. What did I say? Death Reapers. Yeah. Dark Reapers is what I meant. With the missile launchers. Those and the Warp Spiders are my favourite. I really hope we get some plastic. Yes, exactly, Lucian. The Warp Spider Exarch, what happened to that? Did that disappear into the warp or whatever? Something happened to it. Jeff, the god of spiders. My history and knowledge and lore of Eldar is terrible. Absolutely terrible. However, saying that, I do have the... Oh no, I've forgotten what it's called now. That big one which was released last year. The one with the sword and the hair and the bloody heart in his hand, or the flame. There hasn't been a mini. No, exactly. Phoenix Lord, that's the word I was looking for. I know there hasn't. Maybe 2024 they're going to summon it out of the warp. Was there hasn't, so there's been no fluff for the Warp Spider Phoenix. They need to get on that, seriously, because that would be sweet. And I wouldn't be tempted to buy it and base an entire army based off them. Though there's been a piece of art in a throne room with the Phoenix Lords and what looks like a Phoenix. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, fingers crossed. Yeah. I remember back in when I was living in the States. So in 2000, in fact, I remember I saw an article in White Dwarf at some point previously, and they had an entire they were showing off a army list of, oh god, what would you call them? I would probably call them I can't even remember the faction, the part of it, all the ones on the bikes. Who are the biker lads? So I was looking at an army list of basically all bikes and floaty vehicles. I know that's basically all the vehicles they have are floaty. Same Han, that was it. Same Han. Apologies if I butchered the name. You got their second edition codexes. Nice. So there was a I can't remember the White Dwarf edition, obviously, but there was a beautifully painted red, like this, red, black, and white Wind Rider list army, and I was just very, very keen on it. White Scars, they're also zoom. Yeah, but I was talking about specifically Eldar. There was a beautifully painted army, and I almost got sold on it. I purchased a couple of boxes of Biker Boys and a grav tank thing. It wasn't a fire prism. It was Falcon. I can't remember what it was called. Wave Serpent. I purchased one of those, I think, and a box of bikers because I was very tempted. Very tempted. Saying that, I do like their flying their vehicles, the Hemlock and the Crimson Hunter. But I do like the idea of the a list with just the robots, the wraiths, a wraith only list with one of these bad boys. In the future, I can see myself maybe getting one of these just to paint up for fun. Not the Dancing Titan, though. I've always thought they looked a bit... Night Spinner, Falcon, Wave Serpent. Yes, that was it. Nardu Fireheart was their 3rd edition character who never got a mini. Same Han are pretty awesome. I thought so. I thought so. They do have some lovely minis. Death Jester. Blech. Yeah, how these need to be plastic. Warp spiders. £6 a miniature. Yeah, it's painful. That's a painful purchase. It's a painful prospect at this in this time. Anywho. Yeah, we'll see what's what. I'm just wondering if there's anything going on. So my Death Guard. So going into next year, once we start painting, I'll be having a stack of Imperial Fist to paint up. At some point, I'll have a stack of Death Guard to paint up. I'm going to finally attempt to crack on with the second half of my 2007-2008 Apocalypse box set of the Space Marine Company. So if you remember, I painted up my first half of it. So I painted up 54 miniatures, well, 55 including the Dreadnought, space of Ultramarines. 2002 March from a Crag. I was boxed up this year. I don't think I'll be painting quite in time for March from a Crag 2024. So what I am planning to do is just paint the rest of that company throughout the year. So that's another 50 miniatures there. So there's a lot of army painting going on this coming year. Lots of vehicles for Imperial Fists. Lots of probably troops for the Death Guard. And then 2025 March from a Crag, that is getting on. I plan to start working on my first company of sweet Ultramarines. That's all I've got to really say. I think that's basically where we are. I've got a bunch of plans for 2024. Hopefully we can work on all of them, make some progress. If you have been watching, I thank you so much for watching. I've got to really boost up the dreaded. Let's change to my face, shall we? I've got to boost up the dreaded watch hours, so I've got to make a lot more exciting videos. I should have been on this video when I was pointing at these things. I've got to make a lot more exciting videos to really increase the view hours, so we can get sort of monetized and stuff like that at some point. That is the kind of the major goal for next year. This channel next year. So with the means to that, do make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a video. Hopefully, I will be going live this Thursday. I don't know what time. Do check out my Discord. I don't know if I have a command for that. No, I don't have a command for that. That's something else I have to do. That's fantastic. But you could check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/gloriousbadger, where you'll see me from 3 o'clock on Monday. Tuesday, I'm up in the air about because we've got some stuff being moved into the house and there'll be a lot of noise. So I'm not sure, maybe 4 or 5. But then Thursday and Friday will also be 3 p.m. GMT time. And you can get into the Discord via that channel right there. Oh, well done, Nightbot. Better late than never. There's Discord link. Hopefully it still works. If it doesn't work, I'll have to change that command as well. And that's all I got to say, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your Sunday. I'm going to go and order a pizza. I'm absolutely starving. Thank you. And goodbye.